All right, welcome to our training, how to give your magazine clients ROI by plugging into AI. The shorter version is the ROI Solution. So let's get right into this. And I gotta tell you, you're in for a treat. I did this training for my magazine publishing clients yesterday, and they were blown away, absolutely blown away by what you're gonna see here. So let's get into it. As I said, question for you: what if you could never lose a sale to the ROI objection again? The dreaded ROI. I remember as a publisher, I could sense it. It was about to come out. It was like, no. Yeah, and once they say that, it's like, man, it's hard to reel them back in, right? Because they're so fixated on this ROI thing, and they really, frankly, don't have a good handle on it. I was going to say don't have a clue. I mean, some of them get it, but they're being misled, as you'll see. All right, so how about what if you could amplify the ROI for all of your clients' advertising, not just for your magazine program? All right, what I'm going to share with you has that ripple effect. So they're spending money on Google Ads, they're spending money on billboards, they're spending money on anything, even word of mouth and referrals. You're going to help them get more from it with the ROI solution here. All right, pretty exciting so far, huh? How about if you could generate sales for your new sponsors before their first magazine ad hits the mailboxes? Yeah, you can. They can see the impact within days. And then, what if you were the only one providing a solution that 93% of local businesses need, want, and are happy to pay a significant monthly fee for it? We're talking $300 to $500 a month, and you can charge more, by the way, and gladly they'll pay for it. Or you could give it for free, as we'll get into. What if you could get multiple times more referrals? Guess what? Happy clients, they don't even need to be asked, right? They're having lunch with their business associates. They're in networking groups, and they feel great about sharing something that works with the rest of the group. Tap into that. What if you could retain clients for life? I'm going to demonstrate how that happens, simply because they're getting results. They'd be crazy to walk away. What if you could generate a nice recurring income from prospects who say the dreaded N-word, no, or not now, to your magazine program? A significant income from that. And what if business owners came to you rather than you chasing them? All this, just one of those, would be a game changer. We're going to get into how all of those will really change the game for your publishing business. You ready? Okay. So, for starters, somewhere on this page, the chat box, well, for those of you who aren't live, on the web page, I'm going to assume there is some place where you can download this playbook. So make sure you do that. Do that right now. Because you're going to want to follow along, or at least reference that once this is over, because what I'm going to share with you, these statistics are eye-popping. Now, before I do that, let me first introduce myself. I didn't do that yet. I'm Charlie McDermott. I'm the founder of magazine RainMaker, and it is a program that does everything from providing automation, scalability of your publishing business, and it's a very, very awesome group of publishers. We have over 12 now that are $1 million publishers in the group that has dozens and dozens of publishers all over North America. All right, but before that, I was in the health club business. I had a chain of health clubs, grew to $10 million, and we had a staff of 350 folks. Then sold that and got into marketing, and in fact used marketing to help my son in Hollywood break through the clutter of all the actors that look just like him and have the same talent, and break through and actually get movie and TV roles, major roles. In fact, here we are with, you recognize this guy here? Awesome guy, Dick Van Dyke, still doing it, still killing it. I think he's 98 now. We spent some time with him on the set of The Middle, which was a ABC comedy for 9 years. Charlie, our son, played Axel in the family. So did that and somehow stumbled upon this publishing thing with Best Version Media, and probably can't see that, but over my just over 3 years of being a publisher, I generated over $5 million in sales. So yes, I was successful, and I was successful not because I excelled in sales, but simply because I was able to position myself differently and provide value, which I covered in other trainings, the old value first, give value first, which you're going to be able to do here. But at the end of the day, you stand out because you have something that these businesses need and have frankly never seen before, certainly not from your competition selling ads in a magazine or selling digital or anything else, okay? So, local businesses need your help. They are literally drowning, all right? And they're drowning in prospects, as crazy as that sounds. They don't know it, they don't realize it. True story. This past weekend, Saturday morning, 6:30 a.m., Barb and I are outside having a cup of coffee. She says to me, "We need a plumber." And at first I was a little insulted. I mean, I'm capable of watching a YouTube video and figuring out the plumbing thing. And then I came to my senses, fortunately, and said, yeah, I really don't want to be messing with plumbing today, or this weekend, or for that matter, for the rest of my life. So I did call a local plumber. And I got what I expected, right? Crickets. I called, got voicemail, left a voicemail. In the message, they said, text us and we'll give you a better response. So I did that. And I waited a few hours and got nothing. Again, not surprised, especially when you see a statistic I'm going to share with you. This is the norm. And in fact, the norm is I'm still waiting on 2 pool companies that 6 months ago, I inquired about getting a new pool. I took an irrigation company 2 to 3 weeks to get back to me. A smart home devices company, over a week to get back to me. So this is just, it's insane. The amount of money these businesses are losing because they can't keep up, and I'll share with you why here. So what if you could help them? And you can, because the reality is, again, they are hemorrhaging cash. They're spending money on social media and Yelp and Facebook and Google, and hopefully a lot of money on your magazine publication, right? But a lot of it is just leaking out of the bucket. So yeah, they've got their marketing dollars. I mean, probably every dollar they spend, I'm going to guess 50% or more is just leaking out. How ineffective when you think about it. What if you could get a dollar for dollar or give them 90 cents on their dollar? You can do that. The other horrifying fact is they're making growth decisions on instinct. They may say ROI, they don't really understand it, and the ROI they're talking about, it doesn't compute with the actual results. Because here's the deal. These businesses, they've got their prospect right here, and you've got the business right here, okay? And the prospect sees the ad. Hey, I see you on social media, or you're paying Yelp, and you got my attention. I need a plumber or a flooring company or whatnot. And then they reach out to the company. But there's this void here, all right? And that void is simply, let's see if I can draw a clock. Time, all right? These businesses aren't responding fast enough. So they see this data from their ad agency. Oh, look at all these clicks we're getting from Google, and we're capturing leads and all this stuff, but it doesn't translate into actual sales. All right, they're not making the money because of this, again, this void right here. So how do we fix that? How do we bridge that again so that these prospects can walk right across and into the business? Okay? Before we get to that, I just want to talk about what I call the real reason why your magazine clients are unhappy. And it has typically nothing to do with what you've been providing them. They just aren't aware of it. Another case in point. Early in my publishing campaign, we brought on an irrigation company, 2 magazines, and they actually wrote articles, and it was great. And after about 6 months, this woman would, whenever my wife would go and drop off magazines, she would corner her and say, this isn't working. We're not getting any leads. We're not getting any sales. How can I get out of my contract? I want to cancel. We heard this for 2.5 years. Not fun. And you think about the energy drain. It didn't help us. It certainly didn't help her. So she left the magazine after 3 years, finished her contract, credit to her. And about 4 months later, I get a call. She leaves a voicemail. I would like to get back into your magazines. For some reason, the phone stopped ringing. Can I get back in? So business owners, they just don't know. Now you can help them. Now you, again, can bridge that void. So let's talk the stats here. Let's start with 63% of businesses are taking too long to respond to the leads. Now, too long, all right? There's a whole nother angle to this, to how long is too long, or how long is long. But just based on, and this comes from the Harvard Business Review from 2011. So this is from a while ago. And when you think about it, one, I guarantee you businesses aren't responding any faster. And more important, you've got to ramp up the speed nowadays because there are so many more options. It's a whole different, the internet was a whole different place in 2011. My plumber situation on Saturday morning. Plumber doesn't get back to me. They're not the only game in town. I will find someone on a Saturday to at least talk to me, to at least book me for an appointment, give me an idea that they can help, right? That's all I'm looking for, some form of communication. Doesn't even need to be human/AI. Doesn't even need to be verbal, right? But some form of communication that's intelligent, that can make me feel like, okay, I can stop my search, enjoy the rest of my Saturday, and know that my plumbing needs are going to be met. That's it. That's all I need, okay? And that's the way it works out there for your clients. So 5 minutes is the ideal time frame for businesses to respond. 5 minutes, all right? So now you're beginning to get an understanding of how easily businesses are dropping the ball here, right? Even during business hours. Forget about weekends or after hours. We know that most businesses aren't following up until the next day. Hours or days, but 5 minutes, it's just not happening, which again, that opportunity, right? 93% of businesses need this. They're losing sales. Their advertising dollars are becoming advertising pennies because of the inefficiencies. Calling within 5 minutes is 21 times more effective than calling after 30 minutes. We're not talking about a huge difference here, but speed wins, right? The sooner you can get back to that prospect, the better your chance, or your client's chance, of bringing them in as a customer. After 5 minutes, the odds of qualifying a lead drop by 80%. 80%. All right, so that's not to say that the business won't get business, won't make sales from your magazine or whatever you have going on for them, but it's going to be that other side, right? 20% of those folks will hang in there. Maybe there's some sort of connection. Maybe they're a past customer, or maybe their neighbor said, yeah, these guys are the only guys you want to consider, or a review, or whatever it was. But the vast majority, 80%, guess what? They're moving on, right? Or they're doing the old no decision, right? Because that's a real big deal that businesses don't even consider oftentimes, right? Think about it. You're busy, I'm busy. We have a small window to get things done, whether it's booking in a pool company, right? And I'm excited about getting a pool, and it's whatever day it is, and I call a few pool companies, and then I don't hear back from them. And when they do get back to me, I've already shifted dollars I was going to spend on the pool. My wife convinced me that we should do something else, or maybe there was a downturn. I see election news. I'm thinking maybe I should wait until later. I mean, all this stuff happens that either delays the sale, or typically just the sale doesn't happen. Those dollars, whether it goes to the competition or goes to another savings account or another home renovation company instead of the pool, right? So capturing that lead, getting to them as quickly as possible is key. And this just makes logical sense. But boy, when you see these numbers, 50% of leads go with the first vendor that responds first, right? Again, my plumber, if they had picked up the phone, booked me, even if it was for a week later, I would have said, okay, cool, I can wait. But that didn't happen, right? 50%. So I'm moving on to the next plumber, or the next flooring company, or the next whatever it is I'm looking for. Number 5, businesses who contact a lead within the first hour are 7 times more likely to qualify the lead than businesses who respond within 2 hours. Again, we're not talking about a whole lot of difference in time, but the response, the ability to transfer or convert that prospect into dollars is significant, right? And finally, and in that, again, if you didn't download that booklet, make sure you do, because there's a lot more information. I just want to cover some of the major ones here. Responding within the first minute. The first minute increases lead conversions by 391%. Almost a 400% increase by getting back to that lead right away. What if all your clients could do that? Well, now they can via an AI receptionist. Okay, we're talking text messaging, we're talking they get on the website, the AI receptionist can work with them. We're talking a phone call that comes in, direct messaging on Facebook and social media. We're talking about, oh, she's a big one, Google Business Profile page. So all these different streams into the business from leads coming in are now covered 24/7. And this receptionist, you'll see in the demo that we'll do in a few minutes here, having intelligent conversations, qualifying the lead so that when the salesperson steps in or the business owner steps in, they've got all this information so they know exactly who this person is, what service they need, and whether they've qualified or not to even spend time with them, okay? So the real reason why your clients are unhappy, but you get the blame, is simply because of time. They are not getting back to their prospects fast enough, all right? Ideally within a minute. Worst case, within 5 minutes. Nobody's doing that. Your opportunity, right? All right. I call what many of you, if you're watching this, you're on, and man, I'm dying of thirst, the path of uncertainty, all right? Because we just don't know. We bring a new business into our magazine, you're excited, The business is excited. It's like a marriage made in heaven. Everyone's feeling great. And the campaign begins. And leads come in. Although, as we just shared, the business may not even be aware of the leads coming in, like my irrigation company. And then we hit that void. All right? Leads coming in. Business waiting for the sales, waiting for the lead conversions. And these leads, these prospects fall into that ravine, right? And maybe 20% make it over and keeps the business afloat. But the growth is just not much versus, well, we'll get into that. I call the path of prosperity. This is what happens when I do these trainings late in the day. I lose the ability to speak. So there's that lead response delay, and then it's the ripple effect, right? That lead moves on to the competition. Right? Business never realizes, probably never even talks to the lead, because they try to call and that prospect doesn't call back, because what's the point? I already have a plumber. Why should I talk to this plumber? They didn't really care that much to call me back fast enough. So that means then there's little to no magazine ad return on investment, right? So of course that then filters down to unhappy clients. Charlie, no sales, no leads, no calls. I want out, right? You've probably heard that. Hopefully you haven't. And then the obvious is unhappy clients means when their contract is up, baby, see ya. It also means no referrals, and it also means probably they're out there in their networking groups saying, don't ever do X, Y, Z marketing. It doesn't work. It was a complete disaster, right? Who needs that? Certainly not you. I didn't need it. What they need and what we need to do to help them is give them speed. Yeah, speed wins. Pure, plain and simple. You have the stats. It's really obvious, and even if we didn't have the stats, it just makes sense, right? The sooner we can get back to someone, the sooner we can convert them into a client, and that means we don't lose them to the next option, the competitor, or the next whatever else they want to spend their money on. So, yeah, your clients are dropping the ball, and I think I mentioned this earlier, but I'm glad this is here. Only 7% of businesses respond fast enough. Only 7% are responding right away within that critical first minute of inquiry. Which of course means 93% are dropping the ball. They're getting the leads. They're getting the calls, the direct messages, but they're not responding. Those prospects are falling into that ravine, never to be heard from again. That's your opportunity, okay? Thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, some businesses even millions of dollars are being wasted simply because they're not converting what their marketing dollars are bringing in. They're missing out on loads of sales over the course of the year. So your new future, your new roadmap, the path of prosperity. You bring in your new excited client. You're excited. Let's get this going, Charlie. Leads come in. Heck, leads within days before the magazine hits the mailboxes, right? How great would that be? Well, it's not a dream. It happens. Leads come in, and here is the shift. No delay. Those leads, those prospects get heard from or get a communication right away. Any day of the week, any time of the day, holidays, doesn't matter. They're going to get a response and ideally get booked as a qualified lead in the business's system. So there's no delay. which means that business gets more sales, pure, plain, and simple, which also means they become, or not become, they stay happy clients. And that then translates to, renewals, referrals. Again, happy clients want to share you with their business associates. It's the way we're wired. Of course, the reverse is if they don't like it, they're happy to share that as well, right? So the other part that is worth thinking about here is the increased closing rate. When you're dealing with referrals, it becomes less and less about selling anyone because they've already been just given to you. And if it's a business associate recommending this to another business associate, it's like, well, just give me what Joe has, right? Sign me up. We have all gotten those and it's great. So your closing rate, even if you don't bring in any more appointments, your closing rate is going to convert to more sales for your publishing business, and I would argue higher prices for your business too, and I'll show you how. So yeah, more sales for you. So back to what's the value of never losing a sale to the ROI objection again, right? Oh, it's significant, right? How about this one? Amplifying all of your clients' advertising. I mean, it's infinity. For bigger companies, my Lord, I had clients that were investing $20,000, $30,000 and more a month in marketing. What's that worth to them if you could fill that void and allow them to increase the return on investment on all their marketing? Talk about having a client for life, someone who's going to refer or provide you a boatload of referrals, right? Generate sales for your new sponsors before the first magazine ad hits the mailboxes, and that helping 93% of businesses who are, as I said, happy to pay $300 to $500 a month for. Lots and lots of referrals, easy sales, retaining clients for life, because even if, again, they decide to leave the magazine for whatever reason, they are going to say to you, Charlie, can I still do the AI thing? Can you sell me that separately? And my answer would be absolutely, right? So you got that, and with that, you get a real nice recurring income, not only for clients who leave your magazine, but those who say no word, right? No, I don't do print for whatever reason. Maybe they're moving out of the area, but you have a nice downsell that will add up over time. And having businesses come to you, completely different positioning, right? When they're chasing you versus you chasing them, it puts you in at a whole different level. So what is this ROI solution? Well, the solution is you provide your clients with an AI receptionist, all right? Someone who can be available 24/7, who frankly can answer questions better than anyone on that business owner's staff, and do it, again, 24/7 without paying them. So now it's time for our live demo after I get a drink of water. Woo. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I'm going to use this form, and by the way, I'm going to give you access to this at the end of the training, so you can go in to this form and actually play around with it, so you get a real good feel. So let me get out of this. All right, so I've got this form. I've already filled it out, so you didn't have to sit there and watch me type everything in here. I've got full name, my name, I've got my phone number, my email address, and the name of my business. I just made something up. So I have Bug Busters. And what would you like the name of your AI receptionist to be? And I'm just going to go with the bug theme. So I'm going to name my receptionist Ant, A-N-T. And then where's your business website? And I have my pest control company as the web address. All right, so as I said, you're going to be able to go to this form after this training, but more importantly, you can send your clients and or your prospects to this form or a form like this for your publishing business, and they can enter their information in. So let's pretend they have a pest control company called Bug Busters. They would put their name and phone number and email address and that information in the form, and then the AI receptionist is going to talk to them like they're a prospect looking for information or looking to book an appointment or learn more about their service. So it's really amazing stuff here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click the button, and then it'll take a couple minutes for the AI to do its thing. So I'm going to do that now, and then once it starts talking, I'm going to put my mobile phone on the screen here, and we'll be able to follow along as the bot talks. But while we're waiting on that, I'm just going to keep an eye on my phone here. All right, looks like it's, whew, that was less than 2 minutes. So let me see if I can share this. There we go. I was going to say, sometimes technology doesn't always cooperate, but it looks like we're good. Okay, so this is a communication. So there it is. So it says, thanks for opting in to test our conversational AI. Your demo for Bug Busters will begin in just a few seconds, and the bot you created will reach out to book an appointment. And then in parentheses it says, this is not a real appointment and is meant for demo purposes, and then it counts you down. Your AI demo starts in 3, 2, 1, and it goes on to say, hi Charlie, this is Ant with Bug Busters. I saw your request, and I just need to ask a couple questions before I get you scheduled. Is that all right? And I'm going to respond, sure. Okay. And then it'll take usually 20, 30 seconds to respond. So again, this in real life, this is a pest control company. I'm interested in a service. I'm reaching out, maybe it's after hours. I called, and the AI receptionist sent an email, or not an email, I'm sorry. The AI receptionist got back to me via text, and we're having a conversation, or as I said, it could be direct messaging, it could be a website chat, and so forth. But at the end of the day, you can see that the AI receptionist is pretty dang impressive. And what's amazing here is this is just an arbitrary website, a pest control company. I didn't really even get on their website. You can do the same with any business. So again, try this out once I give you the information, and then play around with different businesses. Oh, I didn't answer fast enough. Oh, come on. Let's go back. Okay, so the bot got back to us, and it said, after I said sure, it says great, let's get started. What specific pest issues are you currently experiencing at your property? I'm going to stick with the ant theme, so I'm just going to say ants. And let's see what we get. It's also impressive. I mean, I played around with it and threw some off-the-wall comments that had nothing to do, for example, with pest control, and the bot kind of pulls it back around to getting them focused on the pest control, or weeding them out. If I don't know why someone would go to a pest control company and learn about roofing, but you get the idea. It saves businesses a lot of time and helps them understand what the real needs are for their customers. All right, so the bot got back, as you can see. Got it. Are these ants primarily indoors, outdoors, or both? I'm going to say indoors, because I don't mind if ants are outside. I don't know, what are you going to do with, I guess you get rid of ants outside. Man, whew, I don't know about that. That would be a challenge. All right, so I put my answer in, and let's see what we get. And while we're waiting, so you can, say you're at a networking event. You're sitting next to a business owner, and you can just say, hey, John, fill the form out here and just go through this demo and watch what happens, or read what happens. So, and you will literally, I've seen this over and over again, that business owner's jaw will drop. And then they'll be asking you, Charlie, how do I get this? It's not about price, nothing else. It's just simply, I want this, can you help me? And of course, the response to that is, oh, absolutely, John, let's get together. How about Thursday at 2 or Friday at 4? And by the way, this is just one of the features, and I can give you this, even though the value of this is $500 a month and probably worth way more for your business. How would you like this as a free bonus? All right, so we do other things, and you can briefly get into what you do, and at the end of the day, get them excited about your overall package for your publication. All right, back to the texting. Understood. Have you tried any do-it-yourself methods to address the AND issue, or are you looking for professional assistance right away? And I'm just going to cut to the chase here. You get an idea. I'm just going to say right away. Okay, but again, you get the idea. I mean, this conversation could go on and on. I could ask questions back about what kind of treatments do you do for outdoor removal of pets. I'm kind of curious. I might do that after this training to see what they do to get rid of ants outside. Isn't that where they're supposed to be? I don't know. Maybe they're supposed to all be in ant farms. Who knows? So what will happen next is there we go. The bot says, thank you for sharing that. Bugbusters specializes in pest control services and can definitely help you with your ant problem. Would you like to schedule a call to discuss how Bugbusters can assist you further? Absolutely, 100% yes. And whether you give a thumbs up or you type it out, the bot will recognize it. And then, as you'll see in a moment, you'll get a communication that says, what time would you like? And the bot will book you or your prospect for an appointment. All right, we'll give it another 5 seconds here so you get an idea. Great. Would you prefer mornings or afternoons for a quick appointment? I'm just going to type in, AM. See if it recognizes that. All right. And so while it's doing that, I mean, talk about giving your kind of freshness to your offerings, right? To be able to talk about something new and hot, right? AI is hot. Business owners, they know they need it. They know they're going to be left behind if they don't do something about it. And, it looks like, it didn't recognize my AM. So I'm just going to say morning. But they have no idea how it can help them, where to go to get it. And now they have you, and you can provide this really crucial service for them. And as you'll see, without you doing it, and become that AI expert in your local community. So it's pretty amazing. All right, we're going to give this 10 more seconds, then we're going to move on because there we go. Perfect. We have 2 available times, and I'm just going to, again, just to end this, Friday, July 5th at 2 or at 2:30, and I'm just going to say 2 o'clock. And then it'll quickly confirm, and that's that. So the process is connect with the prospect right away, all right? Lead comes in, however it comes in. The AI receptionist acknowledges them, qualifies them, if qualified, books them for an appointment. Business owner wakes up the next day or after the holiday or whenever it is and sees a calendar full of appointments. And actually, I didn't publish my demo calendar, so it's telling us that there is no time available, but obviously when I hit the publish button, when I make my calendar live, it will actually be able to book and it would confirm the appointment. I'm going to end that there. I'm just going to say no. And just for fun, I like messing with the AI bot. All right, but you get the idea. So once everything is hooked up and live, the bot books the appointment, the prospect gets the confirmation, gets reminder communications, the business owner gets notified of the appointment. And of course, the appointments are based on the availability of that business. So there's no surprise appointments or anything like that. All right, let's move on. Look at that. So I said no. And it came back with, I completely understand. Would you like to book a quick call to discuss details further? So it's going to keep trying to bring that prospect in so that we get the business or your client gets the business. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. And we're back here, and let's go back to our slides here and bring this home. So, talked about this in my training last month, and that was escaping being a commodity. Let's go. So, the commodity escape plan, right? Newsflash, you're not the only one in your market selling ads in a print publication, right? How do we escape that? We talked about that a few moments ago, and what I was able to do with the Good Neighbor podcast. Same idea here. Let's get out of that being compared to everyone else. Let's make our own, as Alex Hormozi would call, our own kind of grand slam offer. Become a category of one. Don't allow businesses in your community now to box you in and say, oh yeah, you do the same thing as Joe Schmo or as Mary Sue, right? No. We're completely different. In fact, Mr. and Mrs. Business Owner, there is no one in this marketplace that does anything close and offers the value or anything close to what we can provide. And in fact, as an added bonus, not only do we provide great value for our campaigns, but we help you for all your other campaigns, because you'd mentioned that you have a $5,000 marketing budget, and good news, we won't use up all of that budget for what we're going to provide you, only a percentage, and what we provide is going to help you with all of your marketing, including referrals, word of mouth, and so forth. Would that be of value to you? Absolutely. So, Alex Hormozi. If you're not familiar with Alex, two great books, $100 Million Offers and $100 Million Leads. I recommend them both. But in $100 Million Offers, he talks about becoming a category one. He calls his offer a grand slam offer. Again, same concept, same strategy I had with my Good Neighbor podcast. I would bundle the podcast in at the end of the presentation so that they were not only getting a magazine and digital and everything else, but they were also getting podcasts. And the cool part, again, becoming a category one. No one else in my marketplace was offering what I was offering. They couldn't compare me price-wise with anyone else. And it was a new shiny object. Businesses, they understand the value of podcasts. They don't know how to do it. So we did it for them. Well, same idea with here. And I would argue AI is even shinier than podcasts. They don't know how to do it. You do. Or you have the right team in place, right? So, Alex says, your Grand Slam offer forces a prospect to stop and think differently to assess the value of your differentiated product. Okay? Doing this establishes you as your own category, which means it's too difficult to compare. Which also means you can charge whatever you want, because they can't put you in that box and go, hey, this apple is $500, but your apple is $800. Why would I buy your apple, right? You're no longer an apple. All right. How do we profit from AI? Right? How do we profit from providing an AI receptionist to your prospects, soon-to-be clients? My recommendation is give it a bonus. Give it as a bonus. Again, going back to tried and true what worked for me and now what works for many of my publishers who offer a podcast as part of their package. It differentiates them, gets them out of the commodity world. It solves a problem. Many of these business owners, it's like writing a book. They want to start a podcast, they don't know how. All right. You can do the same thing with the AI receptionist. And now that you've been able to demo it for them, you don't need to explain anything. They've seen the power, and it's back to, I want this. We can provide that to you, John. Here's the deal. You come on board today. You're busy. I'm busy. I don't do second appointments. I would say that to my prospects, by the way. Hint, hint. And you come on board. When you come on board today, we will provide you your own AI receptionist. Would you like that? Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, so then all we had to do was work out the dollars, ad size and all that stuff, which is minor. That's easy stuff, right? All right, so that's one way. The other ability you have is you can now reduce or eliminate discounts. Typical in my world, publishers 30% discount, in some cases 40% discounts. Oh my Lord, the money that is just being left on the table, burnt, going into the neverland of the universe. Holy cow. AI, right? They can't put you in a box anymore. You can charge whatever you want, and I hope when you do this, it's charge a lot more, discount a lot less, if at all, because you can, all right? And it's worth it. It's worth it. Renewal upgrades. Someone's coming up for renewal. I have a publisher. She has 3 magazines coming up for renewal, all at the same time, launched them at the same time. She's being inundated, unfortunately, with clients who are saying, I want out. When's my last date, billing date? I'd be all over this. Yeah, I would reach out to them, get together with them, share, have them do the demo, and they're gonna want it. And how do they get it? They stay in the magazine, or maybe you upgrade them, right? So great tool to get upgrades, referral bonuses, right? Get more referrals. Hey, get them in with demo, and they understand the power. Hey, how would you like to get this for free? Here's how. Give me some sales, right? Give me some great leads, and then once they come on board, I'll add this to your whatever, DMs and websites and all that stuff. Here's another one. Sell it outside your marketplace. I'm sure you've met with businesses that I remember one roofing company, they were in my market, and during the presentation they shared that they have a big corporate, brand new building going up, and once that's done in the next 6 months, they're moving everything over there, which was out of my market. So it made no sense for them to be in our magazine. But my Lord, they certainly could benefit from the AI receptionist. Or you just run into businesses, right? You're in networking and you're working with a business that, heck, maybe they're already in a magazine, or they don't do print, or they just aren't in your market. Guess what? They're no longer a dead lead anymore. You can help them out and pocket $300, $400, $500 a month or more just for helping them. All right? Compelling new offers to previous clients and prospects. We talk about that. That refresher, that ability to go back to people you've already met with who said not now or no or never even, and go, hey, look at this. This is nothing like what you were looking at before. Let's get back together. Even past clients. Downsell option. All right, we talked about this again. They say no to print, no worries. Let's set you up with the AI receptionist and bill them separately. By the way, our system, you can bill them within the system and the money goes right into your bank account. And then downsell option to non-renewals. Hey, you want out? Awesome. But we have this AI thing. Let me show you that. And then you sell them just on the AI receptionist. Okay? So lots of ways to do it. And at the end of the day, for you to generate a lot more sales, increase your closing rate, sell bigger packages, and even have a downsell that's significant and goes straight to you. So let's look at the numbers. Let's do easy math, because at this point, that's all I'm capable of. $1,000 campaign, right? And let's say you typically give a 30% discount, which is pretty much the norm, all right? That's $300. It, again, goes bye-bye, all right? So that also means that if we're just selling on price and being compared apples to apples, we can only get so much from that business. And that's why I understand discounts. But that doesn't help our closing rate, because when we're selling on price, we're going to be in that 20% range. But when we get out of that commodity purgatory, same $1,000 campaign, let's say, as much as I would be all about a 0% discount. Let's just say, all right, you just mentally you can't get there, that's fine. Eventually you will. Let's say first appointment, you not only give them the AI receptionist as part of the bonus, but give them a 10% discount that disappears if they don't come on board at the first appointment. Because my communication to them was, hey, this is not anything you need to think about. So give me a no or give me a yes. And you give me a yes, I'll reward you. Discount, AI receptionist, and so forth. So 10% discount. That means now, instead of losing $300 a month, you're putting an extra $200 a month in your pocket. It also means that when you think about it, your closing rate is going to skyrocket because not only you're meeting with more quality businesses, because quality businesses really can benefit from this because they understand, my Lord, if we're losing all this business because we're just not getting back to people, the upside is huge for them. So you're working with better businesses and your closing rate goes up because you're now a category of 1, more sales. So with that, what we offer our publishers in our magazine RainMaker program is a community of successful publishers. And we have beginners, brand new, all the way up to publishers have been doing this for 8, 9 years and everything in between. As I mentioned, over a dozen million-dollar publishers and many more right on their heels. How do they do it? They spend more time in front of prospects and in front of better prospects, quality prospects, right? Because again, behind the gatekeepers aren't an issue anymore. They don't have to spend time making cold calls or spend money on appointment setters. We have a system for all that. So as I mentioned, I did this training for my publishers yesterday, and it was one of those, give me feedback. If no one's interested, great, because I got plenty of other things to do. And if some of you guys want this, awesome. We're going to charge for it. Here's what it is, and let me know. Well, everyone on that training said I want in. So with that, I had already planned this training weeks ago and put it out there. And I was planning on allowing a certain number from this group to buy into the beta program. All right, so I'm going to share that with you if you're interested. This can help you. Great. Help you make more money. At the end of the day, this is a way to increase your income and keep clients longer and get more clients in your system. It would also mean that you would be part of the magazine RainMaker program and group and get to know our awesome publishers as well and share their secrets. But what you're probably wondering is, geez, Charlie, I don't have the techno knowledge. I can barely spell AI, let alone try to explain it, or what if businesses ask questions, or how would I even get it going for them? The answer to all that is there's nothing you need to do. Send the business to that form. They get a feel for it, how it works. They're going to tell you, yes, I want this. How do I get it? And you're going to say, got you covered. Our partner takes care of all this for you. They'll set it up, and we do 100% done for you. We do everything. All right. And everything is done. You don't have to touch a thing. No techno gobbledygook. You just let us know. We actually give you a form. You send us your new client. We take care of it from there. All right. So there's that. And back to yesterday in this beta group, I figured, okay, we'll get a handful of publishers, and it wasn't a handful. It was everyone in the training. And the deal is, for the beta group, and I did this when we launched magazine RainMaker a while back. I gave the beta group a nice little discount that they always have, and I'm doing the same thing for this AI program. So the deal is $100 a month per client. So if you're interested in this, you bring in a new client, and that client that whether you've sold the AI receptionist for $300, $400, $500 a month, or you're bonusing it in, we would bill you $100 a month for that client for as long as they're under your wing, in your magazine, whatever the deal is, okay? they leave your magazine and you still want them, you want to allow them to use the AI, you would just charge them accordingly, $300, $400, $500, and we would continue to bill you the $100 and you make the spread, okay? You would need to be a Magazine RainMaker client, which means we've got, our program starts at $297 a month, upwards to $597 a month. This isn't a sales pitch. I'm not going to get into that. If you're interested, I'll share with you in a moment how you can learn more about that. But obviously, you're going to need the CRM to grow your business and to connect your clients into our system so we can provide the AI receptionist. All right, so you can learn more about that later if that's you. And then the final piece here is there is a one-time initial setup fee, because what you get as a publisher is a place for you to send your prospects to, your leads to. We actually create a cold email campaign that you could send to dozens, hundreds, thousands. We have one publisher who has a list of 5,000 emails, and he is one of our $1 million publishers and just kills it with appointments. Doesn't need appointment setters, doesn't pick up the phone. He just wakes up in the morning and sees, okay, got 3 more appointments yesterday, cool, didn't have to do anything, the system takes care of it for me. Same idea here, all right? Think about that, the ability to offer an AI receptionist where your prospects could demo it out whenever they fill that form out. I think as I mentioned earlier, you get that lead. And the bot, which we didn't finish, once it does the demo, at the end of the demo, it asks that prospect if they would like to book an appointment with you, the publisher. All right, so you've got automatic appointments happening at the end of the demo, which is pretty cool. So anyway, one-time $195 fee so that we can set this up on your website. Don't have a website, no worries. We create a mini website for you to promote the AI receptionist and to capture leads and build a list for you and follow up and also send the emails out so people will go to the demo so you can capture leads and on and on. All right, let's see, is there anything else? Yes, I promised you could tinker around with this thing. So go to the ROISolution.com and fill out the form. Play around with it. Do it a few times if you want. Can't break it. Hopefully you do. We'll fix it and we'll know we got an issue. But it's been getting a lot of traffic from our training yesterday, and now I know you guys will get in there and you'll get a feel for it. And heck, try it with some of your clients or prospects and see what they say. And if they show interest, let's talk, all right? So the ROISolution.com and the beta group. So the beta group, we've already literally maxed out with my clients. But because, as I said, this was already scheduled, you have a small window to get in. You can either send an email to support@gnpagency.com and in the subject line put beta group, or preferably you go to our website, magazinerainmaker.com, and you just click the free strategy session button to book a time. Now, I'm giving you both options because I know this one, my calendar may fill up pretty dang quickly, and therefore I don't want you going here and going, there's no appointments. So that's why I'm giving you the option to send us an email as well. If you send us the email with beta group in the subject, my staff will alert me of that, and then we'll get you a calendar link that provides more openings. So we can get together, and it's not a sales pitch. In fact, I beg you not to come on unless you are seriously interested, you see the opportunity here, you want to tap into it, and you can make a lot of money at it, and at the same time help your clients make a lot of money, okay? If it's more of a tire kicking, I'm really not sure, Charlie, you got to sell me on this and your whole magazine RainMaker thing, you're just not ready, and that's fine. All right, we're not going anywhere. 6 months from now, jump on board. We cannot offer, obviously, this beta group pricing for much longer. So please don't ask me 6 months from now or whenever to honor what I'm showing here, okay? And it is what, July 3rd right now, 2024, in case you're watching the replay and it's months later, all right? I don't want anyone being surprised or any of that shenanigans stuff. All right, so this can help you. I'm happy to spend time with you. I'll go through the whole magazine RainMaker program, pricing for everything, answer any questions you have on the AI. Please demo it first so you get a good feel for things. And then, yeah, we'll get you on the team and we'll get your clients taken care of. And hey, if you're not ready yet, no worries. This is at least has put AI on your radar. I'm going to have, as I've done now for however many months now in a row, we'll continue to have trainings. My goal with these trainings is to open magazine publishers' eyes to the opportunity in their marketplace to help them get more quality leads, more sales, help more businesses without all the struggle that comes along with it, which I see way too much and hear of way too much in the industry. I'm your advocate. I'm here to help in any way. And until next training, have a great one and look forward to talking to you at some point. I'll see you.